To That's Football. It's Liverpool versus Napoli. It's Tottenham versus Barcelona. It's a big night in Europe for English clubs, and it doesn't really matter who you support because you will have different angles on this. As a Manchester United fan, there's nothing more I'd like to see than Liverpool go out, but also we're playing them at the weekend, so it is a bit of a scouting mission as well. I want Spurs. I would love Spurs to go through personally, but if you're an Arsenal fan, you're going to wish them all the worst, aren't you? So we'll have neutral people who want both teams to win. I mean, to be honest with you, I must say, I think Liverpool are going to win tonight, but also I think if you don't want Liverpool to win the league, it's probably not a bad idea that they do win tonight, because I think that out of the Champions League into the Europa League, they won't prioritise it, and that will give them a lot more time to focus on the league. So Liverpool fans can spin this either way, but I think the reality is that they will want to stay in this tournament, and I think they will. I think they'll have too much for the Napoli side, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, won't we? Barcelona are playing their B team. Well, we're going to take a quick look at the team news because I will be joined by Marcus very shortly, because he's going to do the Spurs game and I'm going to do the Liverpool game. Although at the moment I'm currently watching the Scottish Open snooker because Jimmy the Whirlwind White is playing. I haven't seen him play for a long time. He's playing against Judd Trump at the moment. He's about to go out. But it's just nice to watch a bit of Jimmy play snooker. I like my snooker. So snooker loopy, not so wee. But let's have a look. Right. Of note, let's go to Barcelona Spurs straight away. Barcelona team: Silerson, Semedo, Lenglet, Vermaelen, Miranda, Rakitic. Not Miranda of comedy fame, it's the footballer. Rakitic, Alina, Ramos, Talavero, Amelo, Dembele, Haddadi and Coutinho. So Messi is on the bench. Luis Suarez isn't. It's D Suarez. Piqué's on the bench. Busquets on the bench. Alba and Vidal on the bench. So there's an opportunity there for Spurs. And to be honest with you, I think if you're an Inter Milan fan, how do you feel? Tottenham: Lloris, Walker-Peters, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Rose, Sissoko, Winks, Eriksen, Dele Alli, Son and Kane. So a strong team for them. And for those who are not aware how this will run, from a Tottenham point of view, they are currently level on points with Inter Milan with the same goal difference. Now, I don't know what happens if they draw, but if they win, then there's a good chance that they will go through. I don't know how it works. We've got any Tottenham fans in there? Because if Spurs did win this game, you'd expect Inter Milan to beat PSV. They're on the same points. What's the head-to-head record? Didn't they both beat each other by a goal each? So Google bought me, says, if I'm an Inter fan, I'm annoyed at that. To be honest with you, I do empathise with that, but I do want Spurs to go through. Liverpool team: Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Van Dijk, Robertson. Matip starting is quite interesting. I don't know what Liverpool fans think about that. Wijnaldum, Henderson, Milner, the old Champions League final three. Salah, Firmino, Mane. Napoli: Ospina, Maximovic, Alibiol, Koulibaly, Rui, Callejon, Loureiro, Hamsik, Ruiz, Insi, and Mertens. So, you know, they do pose a threat, Napoli. Now, the situation for Napoli is a little bit more severe, because they... not severe. It's nasty, because they have 9 points. PSG have 8 points and Liverpool have 6 points. If Liverpool were to win this game, they would go up to 9 points with Napoli. And if PSG beat Red Star as expected, they will leapfrog both. Now, Napoli and Liverpool's head-to-head, it was 1-0 Napoli. So I think all Liverpool need to do is go to a 1-0 win. What happens with a 1-0 win? Anybody know? The goal difference favours Napoli, so I don't know. Answers on a postcard. What happens if Liverpool win 1-0? What happens if Inter and Spurs both win? I presume Spurs are ahead because they're ahead at the moment. So Spurs need to match or better Inter's result to go through. There you go. And Liverpool will win. If the game was in Napoli, I wouldn't be so sure, says Dan. Hayley Evans has made a contribution. Thank you, Hayley. Mark, watch a lot of Serie A. What is Napoli like in comparison to Liverpool? Would they perform worse in the Premier League than Liverpool? I do watch a lot of Italian football, but I'm a bit of a negative person in relation to Italian football. I love it, but they are not. The pace is not as quick. That's what I mean. Wet Lettuce says 1-0 win, 1-0 or win by 2 or more. Napoli top of group, 9 points. Liverpool need 2 clear goals. Liverpool have to win by 2 goals to go through. Okay, what if it's 1 goal? Is it Napoli if it's 1 goal? I thought they were okay. Because Yassir says Liverpool go through if the scoreline finishes 1-0. But then you've got some people saying it's 2 clear goals. So I believe Liverpool do just need to win. Robin, I am a Liverpool fan. No, I'm not. I'm a Manchester United fan. He says, aren't you a United fan? Yes, I am a Manchester United fan, but that's football. So we do things like that on here. Marcus is with me. Marcus, how are you?
Good evening, mate. How are you all doing? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. You're going to be doing the Spurs game. A weakened Barcelona team.
Very weakened. No Suarez, no Messi. Busquets has been dropped. PK's been dropped. Alba. So I think it's about 6 or 7 changes, I think, for Barcelona. But Tottenham, I think, will be very buoyed by that. They'll think they've got a chance. I mean, obviously Barcelona is a bit of a dead rubber game for them. They're already through as group winners. So I think Tottenham could maybe surprise result tonight.
I would love Spurs to go through. I think it'd be so funny because Arsenal fans will just go into meltdown. I love how when I get called a Forest fan, people actually spell Forest wrong. You think twats. There's not 2 R's in it. There's not even 2 R's in a real Forest. So where people always do this. Mark's a Forest fan. 2 R's. Where do they come from? Is ridiculous. Ryan's deleted it anyway. But yeah.
Have you done the team news yet at all?
What?
Have you done the team news yet?
I have. Yeah. I think from a Spurs point of view, they just need to equal or better Inter Milan's result because they both got the same points at the moment and Spurs are ahead of them. I don't really understand the Liverpool game, but apparently if Liverpool win 1-0, they're through. I don't know whether it changes if it's like 2-1. I don't know. It just sounds like... obviously, Nigel Jones is now saying basically Napoli cannot score. I tell you what I should do. I should just go and have a read somewhere. But
I think in Spurs' situation, they're second in the group by the away goals situation or head-to-head goals, whatever it is. But they have to match or better what Inter Milan do to make sure they qualify.
That's right, and I've just got this clarified, which is what a lot of people in the live comments have been saying. To be fair, I just haven't got my head on it. So if Liverpool win 1-0, they go through. But if Napoli score, they've got to win by 2 goals. I don't know how that works. I don't know why 1-0. I'm sure there's a really logical thing that I'm missing there. But if Liverpool win 1-0, they go through. But if Napoli score, Liverpool would have to win by 2 goals. So they'd have to win 3-1. 2-1 would put Napoli through, which I find odd because... Why is 1-0 not the same as 2-1? I don't know, but there you go. That's how it works. 1-0 for Liverpool puts them through. If Napoli score, Liverpool need to score 2 more than that. So there we go. I'm sure somebody in the live comments will go on about that. But I was saying as well, Marcus, from a United point of view, it's interesting watching Liverpool tonight just to see what they're all about. They are playing 24 hours before United, which I think will nullify any effort levels they put into it. They're also at home. And also on top of that, I personally think if you don't want Liverpool to win the league, it's probably preferable that they actually stay in it, because I think if they don't, they'll focus on the league 100%.
Yeah, most definitely. I think the longer they're in the competition, the better it is for everyone else. I mean, in terms of us going to Anfield on Sunday, you would hopefully think that they put in 200% tonight to make sure that they go through. But I think maybe in the long run, I don't know, it could have a bit of an effect on them. They were Champions League finalists last season, so being chucked into Europa League may benefit everyone else, to be honest. I mean, it can go one way or the other, can't it, really?
It's the away goals that means that. If anyone's interested in the snooker, it's finished just in time. Judd Trumps beat Jimmy 4-0. It was nice to watch a bit of Jimmy. I've not watched Jimmy White play snooker for a long time, but he's too old these days. But it was nice little blast there. I'll leave you with it, Marcus, just for a second or two, so I can just get up and go and change the channel to the football now, and get it off the snooker, and then we'll be ready for kick-off, I think.
Yeah, okay. So, like I said, I think it's five or six main changes for Barcelona tonight. And like I said, Tottenham will be very buoyed by that. I think they'll go there now. They've got a decent team out. Dele Alli starting. Harry Kane's obviously starting. I think Danny Rose has been picked at left back. Yes, Harry Winks is in there. Laurie Steep. They've got their big guns out there tonight. So hopefully Spurs might do mission impossible and get a result here at Barcelona. But the team news for Spurs is Lloris, Walker-Peters, Alderweireld, Vertonghen, Danny Rose, Harry Winks, Sissoko, Ericsson, Dele Alli, Son and Kane. So a very, very attacking lineup for Tottenham. And Barcelona is Silerson, Semedo, Vermaelen, Lenglet, Miranda, Arthur, Rakitic. I think he'll play a key part tonight for Barcelona. Elena, Dembele, another person we've been linked, Manchester United have been linked to recently as well, Munir and Coutinho. So yeah, I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility that Spurs could pick a result up here. Very attacking lineup, and like I say, Barcelona have rested quite a few players as well. Hi Jack, you're right. Prince Fresh says, I love the Klopp, Mourinho and Pep rivalry. It's like rock, paper, scissors. Mourinho gets the better of Klopp, Pep gets the better of Mourinho, Klopp gets the better of Pep. Yeah, very like a merry-go-round, isn't it, that at the minute? Stretch says, why do I want Spurs to win? I just think Spurs, I think the reason why I want them to win is because they've had a really, really shit Champions League campaign. So I would like to see them actually go to Barcelona and prove that Barcelona are beatable. An English team can actually beat them. Hiya Sam, Mark's just gone to sort his TV out, Hobman. He'll be back, don't worry, he'll be back. Come on Napoli, says Hersey and Jenkinson. Jake, I'm very well now, thank you, very well. So guys, what are you thinking? Get in the comments, let us know. Tottenham, Barcelona, Liverpool, Napoli.
I'm going to go for Liverpool win quite convincingly. I think Liverpool might win it 2 or 3-0, to be honest. And I've got a funny feeling. I said it a couple of hours ago. I got a funny feeling Spurs are going to do it. I don't know about you, Marcus. What are you feeling over the 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't very confident before I saw the lineups, but now I've seen the lineups. I'm thinking Spurs can get a result. I really do. Ericsson's starting the game. He's not started the last couple for Spurs. Son as well. Dele Alli.
They're a good team, Spurs, as well.
They have, yeah. When they're on Son, they can really play football. They really can. And they've got a couple of yellow cards they've got to look out for, but I think if they just focus on the game and not the reward, I think they could pull off a good result here tonight. I really do.
Okay.
Mine are just doing a minute's silence.
What for?
I want to say it's someone to do with Barcelona. I don't know who. They didn't bring it up.
Well, just think on a positive. This time in 2 weeks, Marcus, you'll be well and truly stuffed. And I don't mean from your boyfriend. It's Christmas Day night, so you'll be absolutely bursting. There we go. Bit of positivity.
Bursting at the seams. Yeah, can't wait.
We're not doing minute silences for things we don't know about. We're always giving, but we don't know what it's about. So put your hands up when you don't know. I have got a timer, so we'll definitely get that going for you as well. And what else have we got? I think I've got a timer. I should have a timer.
Chinana is going Liverpool 0, Napoli 3. That'd be an interesting result. KD's going 1-1 with Spurs and Barca. Interesting to see how Dembele performs tonight for Barcelona. A lot of talk around this kid, so I'm looking forward to seeing him play.
To be honest, I'm looking forward to seeing how Napoli perform. They've done. I was saying this before. I'll be honest with you. I was playing in the living room this afternoon, doing Liverpool versus Napoli. Now, for anybody who thinks that's really childish, shut up. Have you never, when everyone's out, you've got a little ball, you've got a sofa that can be a goal. We've all done it. We're having a little bit of a kick out. It's a bit boring when you're just doing shots, so you pretend you're doing a game. And I was doing Napoli against Liverpool, and I did say Napoli are very, very unfortunate to be going into the game top of this league, top of this group after 5 games. And the reality is they're probably going to end it on game 6 in third. So they are very unlucky, but you never know. You know, Carlo is a genius, Ellie, you're right. And, you know, Napoli probably over it. I just think back to that PSG game. I think it was in Paris where they were 2-1 on and late on there was a goal. But Napoli are more than deserving of going through. But it's a 6-game table. So,
well, thanks to you, I'm getting the questions now in the comments saying, do I have a boyfriend? Cheers for that, mate.
It's all right. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong.
Well, I must clarify, I'm married to a female. I'm not that way inclined. Okay?
The man does protest too much. I tell you what, a lot of people are admitting they do play football in their living room. I'll have to film it one day because I do it a lot. But I am genuinely quite badly injured from playing today. I have a sofa at the end of the living room, and sometimes if you shoot, it bounces off the sofa, so you run and try and flick it up. I tried to do it, and as I tried to flick it up, all my toes, including my big one, kicked the ground and went back with full momentum, and it's absolutely killing me. It was a penalty, though, because those are the rules. You know, if you hurt yourself, whoever you are at the team, it has to be a free kick for them. I was rolling
you playing by yourself again, was it?
Not in that way.
No.
I was rolling around going, ref, ref.
They do say as you get older, mate, your eyesight starts going.
Definitely getting older. Sad.
But Tottenham have really started on the front foot here. Barcelona are not allowed to get their passing game going. Or Dele Alli's in. Oh, unlucky.
I really hope Spurs do win. I really hope Spurs do win. I mean, we spoke about it today, and you know, Marcus did quite nicely offer me the Spurs-Barcelona game, but I thought it's not really fair because he did Spurs last time, so you know he sort of covered that group. So I've stuck with the Scousers, which to be honest with you, because we're playing them on Sunday as well, I think it is interesting. I mean, Napoli have started off very well here. They're pressing Liverpool and they might get a shot away. He will get a shot away. Bloody hell. And Robertson just nips in. But I think Napoli overworked that. They were in the box. And good start by Napoli. And it's Salah with a bit of space.
Yeah, that's sounding very similar to how Spurs were starting. They tried to pass their way into the Barcelona box just now, but one too many passes, and Dele Alli should have pulled the trigger first time, but decided to take a touch, and they got hold of it to set up a counter attack.
I like Napoli. They were very impressive at the weekend, and it's very hard to take Italian league form and say how a team's going to do in the Premier League. But in the first couple of minutes here, they've looked very, very, very magnetic on the ball, Napoli, and finding each other very easily. So, I mean, I don't know whether we've got any Liverpool fans, but what's the story with Matip? I've always quite liked him, but obviously he's not played much. I think he has been injured, but Gomez has obviously injured himself quite badly. I don't know what the situation with Lovren is, but, you know, fair play. I think it's the right move to bring Matip in with Gomez now injured.
Yeah, Barcelona are just settling down now. Getting into their rhythm. Dembele's seeing a lot of the ball down the right-hand side. Coutinho looks like he's playing as the lone striker, so expect the ball to be played into his feet a fair bit. He's not going to get on the end of any crosses.
Of course, it's Koulibaly watch from a United point of view as well.
Oh,
not that I think we'll get hold of him, but there you go.
Right. Spurs are not allowing Barcelona to come too far into their half. They're pressuring high from the front. Harry Kane's doing some solid work already in the first 5 minutes.
Angry Brothers made a contribution. Remember, you can do that through the $ at the bottom. It's a very good one. Thank you, Angry Brother. He says, Marcus, stop being a chicken and play Mark on FIFA. He get battered, mate, now. I'm actually in Division 5. It's comfortable. You know.
Listen, if I got beat, I wouldn't turn around and blame it on lag or button delay or any of the feeble excuses.
But it's factual. It's factual. Right. I don't lie. A lot of people are watching both games. We've split it. We've been doing this. I think it works better because you get 2 people focusing on each game rather than trying to watch 2. But if you're watching 2, that's great. Arthur Morgan says, I'm a Liverpool fan. Matip is underrated. He's just been replaced by Gomez due to him playing better. Yeah, I've always thought that Matip was a decent signing, to be honest. And, he's got a real opportunity now. A real opportunity. He's just got to get that match fitness.
That young lad's fractured his leg or something, isn't he?
Yeah, it's a shame.
The other day.
I mean, look, I get United fans on Twitter calling me a twat because I speak positively about Liverpool. But to be honest with you, I can't be arsed with that anymore. The reality is United are crap. Liverpool, City, Spurs play good football. I'm not going to lie anymore and try and pretend that United are better. It's United's job to get the fans back saying that. It's not. I'm not going to. I want United to win every game. I support United, but I ain't going to bloody lie. Combined 11, Liverpool, United, De Gea, end of story. That's it. Yeah. It is. In last season, you could argue maybe 6, but this season we can't, and that's how bad we are, and we need to accept it. So. I said it a few months ago. Liverpool, to me, under Klopp, are the closest thing I've seen to prime Sir Alex Ferguson. The way he mixes youth and good players, the way he uses his fullbacks, and that Gomez is good. He's good. I feel sorry for the lad. I don't wish injury on anyone.
A few people in comments saying it's 1-0 Barcelona. I've not seen it yet. I'm just seeing the attack now.
It is going to be 1-0. It's Dembele.
Yeah, I mean he's got the ball. That all came as well from a Spurs free kick on the right hand side. Miranda gave away a very silly free kick. Ericsson puts it in. It's cleared away quite easily, and Dembele's picked it up inside his own half. He's run at the 2 centre backs. I think it was Vertonghen that he's gone round on the right hand side, and Lloris absolutely no chance. Hard and low. Into the bottom corner.
Here we go. This should be Liverpool. Whoa, what's Salah doing? Robertson finds himself in all sorts of space. You can see it because you're on that side. He's just got to chip it over to the back post where Salah is, and he's quite central when he gets it. They're queuing up. And his first touch is awful. He should just hit it first time. It's a good chance by Salah. He tries to control it in his stride on level with the penalty spot. Yeah. He should just hit it, and it would have been, it just rolls to the keeper. But
great goal. A great goal. Vertonghen, he's dived in the penalty area, and obviously his momentum has carried him right across the area, so he slid in, and Dembele's just cut it in on his left foot, plenty of time, slid it in the bottom corner underneath Lloris. Fantastic goal. What a breakaway goal. That kid has got some speed in him.
Well, he's been an absolute nightmare for them. And Napoli again, really intelligent running, and the passing is all the while. And Hamsich just over the bar, cut back. This is a cracking game, Liverpool-Napoli. Sergio Hernandez says, Mark, Dembele should be at United. I hope Spurs can come back into it, because I was just about to say, Marcus, I think Son is massively underrated. I think, people are starting to wake up to him now, but I think if he was European, and I hate to say that, I think because he is like South Korean, he probably doesn't get the credit he deserves. A bit like Spurs, they don't get the credit they deserve. But Napoli have been so impressive at the start of this game, even though Liverpool probably should be 1-0 up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you find that the South Korean players, or them sort of players, the hard-working players, don't get the recognition that they deserve. I mean, Park Ji-sung did miracles for us in the top flight games, and again, he was just a worker. He was a complete workhorse. Scored the odd goal now and again, created a couple of goals, but he was absolutely workhorse, that lad was.
Again, Liverpool using that full-back width. Another cross. It was Robertson who set Salah up. It's Alexander-Arnold this time. It's Milner getting up well, just heading it over the bar. End to end. Good game. It's a cracking game, this is. Absolutely brilliant. And Napoli need to be a little bit careful, but very, not a lot of waste in either team when they're on the attack.
Yeah.
Great open game, says Phil Mitchell. Remember, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Bottom right hand corner. We every Champions League week we are doing the games, so get involved and join in. Obviously, I do my FIFA stuff on here as well, but hopefully Spurs can get back into it. I mean, Dembele, he's such an odd player. It's been a bit of a flop at Barcelona, and addicted to computer games apparently.
Like someone else in our team who likes to play Call of Duty a lot as well.
Who's that, Pogba?
Yeah.
All right.
But I mean, Spurs now, they've got, the game plan has completely changed. They've got to go out now and attack with a bit more intent. Dembele's in again here. I mean, he's absolutely making a mockery of Danny Rose down the left-hand side. But just gone out for a corner. But Danny Rose is at 6s and 7s at left-back there. No clue where Dembele was going. I mean, Ericsson was even involved as well there. He left Ericsson on his arse.
I think it might be 2-0, Marcus. There's a few people saying it. I mean, right, we might need to get grips with the fake scores. I don't ever take them as read, but you'll just get blocked if you do it. So, you know, the joke will be short-lived.
Yeah, no, it's not 2-0, boy.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Bank Dank, but you might have thought it was a joke, but you blocked. So, you know, we don't put up with fake scores. I'm afraid. Sorry, we have warned numerous times. So, you know, you might think you're joking, but it's not on.
Yeah. So Tottenham coming forward with Dele Alli. They're trying to use the right-hand side. They're trying to give it to Sissoko as much as they can down the right, but
Jared says it's Goldie and Oldie. He's got it right way around. Even though I'm actually older.
Yeah, this is yeah.
But you know, I've just had my haircut, so I look about 25 again now. I have to grow it long to help Marcus out. He says, "Go on, grow your hair so it makes you look older."
Thank you. Apparently, 1-0 PSG.
Oh, look at that! That's defending by Koulibaly there. Salah's got a yard on him. Power, pace, gets back on him. I like Koulibaly. He'd be absolutely brilliant for Manchester United, but he's going to cost about 90 million. So,
well, I think it's 1-0 PSV against Inter at the minute.
So that would be interesting.
Yeah. Paris Saint-Germain are winning as well.
Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain, PSG are winning 1-0 Cavani. So, well, Liverpool have got to win. That's the end of the story.
Yeah, and Jared's just confirmed it. PSV and Paris Saint-Germain both 1-0 up. So, cheers, Jared. So, as it stands then, Spurs are going through at this minute. Because they need to better or keep the same result as Inter Milan.
Yellow card here for Van Dijk. I think they might have wanted a little bit more there, the Napoli players, but Van Dijk seemed to think there was nothing in it. There wasn't. Got the ball, to be fair. I'd love to say he should have got a red, but he got the ball. It was a good tackle by Van Dijk, and he's got a yellow card for it.
Sloppy ball
the
out there.
slide through though, his studs showing, and it does catch Mertens right on the ankle, to be fair. And I think that's what the ref's seen. It's a shame though, because I think in football that's a tackle. Out of control, says Phil Mitchell. I think that's the best description there. Van Dijk misses the next game.
Right. Son is in the Barca penalty area, having to hold it up. Sissoko on the overlap. Again, too slow. So Lozano scored for PSV.
I think if Spurs get a draw, that might get them through, to be honest.
Well, I do hope so, because I mean it's a tough group they're in, and it really is.
I think Mertens is in a bad way here, which will be a big. You know, I think Liverpool would say, "Well, we'll take the yellow card if we take Mertens out the game." Sebastian Douglas says Mark and Marcus are loved in Canada. Well, we've got to be popular somewhere. Let's get on out Mounty and I tell you what, I don't know whether Mertens will be playing on. His foot is planted as Van Dijk's full body. It's nasty. That is nasty. His foot is planted as Van Dijk's whole body goes through the studs on Mertens' ankle.
Yakov said it was a solid tackle, got the ball, but the attacker was unfortunate to get the follow through. Yeah,
you know what? I do actually agree with you. If I was a defender, I would be very proud of that tackle, because you get the ball, then you get the man. But in the modern game, you could argue it might have even been a red. But if Mertens plays on, he's done very well there, because he could have broken his ankle.
Walker Peters has just picked up a yellow card here. He slid over on his arse, and then he pulled the player back. I think it was Arthur he's pulled back. So dangerous position for a free kick here from Barcelona.
I tell you what, if Merton's ankle is anything like my big toe, he'd do well to play on, because it's throbbing me. I'll be like that. Change. I've got to come off. I've stubbed my toe.
So Barcelona have got plenty of men forward. 2, 4, 6, 8 men from the edge of the box to the penalty spot, just waiting for that to be whipped in by Coutinho.
I'll tell you what, we've got a couple of thousand people watching again, which is absolutely fantastic. I love these Champions League nights that we do, and it's great to be doing 2 different games. People get involved. Football with a bit of banter, that's what it's all about. We don't need to be enemies just because we're rivals. So thanks everyone who's joined. Please do subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner, get your notifications on, and make sure that you share the video as well. Good shot from Firmino there. But both really interesting games tonight. I think Liverpool have started to get on top a bit, which I was a bit querying that from Liverpool, really. Napoli started the game very, very well, and Liverpool sort of were feeling their way in. But Liverpool have got to win. So I think we've seen in the last 5 to 10 minutes, Liverpool sort of go up a gear and try and get their authority on it. Luke Davies says it should have been a red card. I think it could have been a red card in the modern game. I must admit, if it was my centre-back at United doing it, I'd be like, oh, I hate the modern game. But, yeah, it looks nasty. Thanks for subbing, Red Devil. And thanks for sharing it as well. Anfield is the place for Liverpool to win games, says Samarino Salim. I mean, interestingly enough, if we've got any Liverpool fans in there, I think this is a good question. What game would you rather win? Napoli or United? You can only win one.
That's a tough one.
I think a lot of them would go Napoli because we can win points back even if we lose to United. But actually, I think it's important that you stay ahead of Man City. I think if you're not ahead of Man City after the United game, City will just go, all right, we weren't top for 1 week. But if you can keep them off the top for 2, 3, 4 weeks, then that's when it starts to become significant. So, I don't know. If I was, are you going to win the Champions League this year? Well, maybe you are. Maybe the Napoli game is more important. But Joseph Whelan certainly says so. But Stuart Collins, who's the regular Liverpool fan, says definitely United. Stephen McConaughey says United. Jay Brown says United. Thomas Spencer says United. Owen Dilworth says United. Ziad says Napoli. Ross says United. Napoli, of course, says Jeff Rath. Oh, yeah, so it's about 50-50 to be fair. It's not as landsliding as I thought. But Liverpool with a free kick here that they can whip in from the corner area. Watch out for Van Dijk. And Matip's good in the air.
Yeah, my game has gone very, very bitty. Not really much play going on the pitch. It's 9 times out of 10 it's just going in for a tackle and going out for a throw-ins, but not really trying to get the ball on the ground. Spurs at the minute they've not really created anything since going a goal down. Looks like they've gone into their shell. So you would have thought maybe they'd be a bit more attacking purpose now.
Vikram says, Mark, come on my tits. Vikram, if you're male, it's an absolute impossibility for me to come on your tits. It would not work. There's no amount of money. There's just no way. I can't fake it. I'm sorry. It's just not the way I'm built. So sorry about that. Who'd you rather have as your manager, Neville or Henry? Henry, I suppose.
That'd be Neville, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
I think you'd have to, mate, with the United link.
I suspect Thierry Henry might be the better manager, to be honest, but Neville's the better pundit.
Spurs are trying to walk through the Barcelona midfield, but it's not working at the minute. Without the ball, Barca look like they're playing 5 across the middle. They go to like a 3 at the back and then a 5 across the midfield. But Danny Rose has got some joy here down the left, but again, the space is closed down very quickly and he's got to go back. Then they lose control.
Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. So we're 20 minutes into these games. Liverpool certainly on top at the moment without really creating anything. I think Napoli have definitely come with that mindset that a goal is definitely the way to go for them because then Liverpool have got to score 3. So it's a tough game for Liverpool, actually, because 1-0 is the ideal result. But 1 goal for Napoli and they've got to score 3. So it's a tough one for Liverpool. I think if you're Liverpool, you almost want to be maybe 0-0, 70 minutes. But then even then you're going to have to park the bus. It's difficult for Liverpool. Liverpool are playing well, Joe. I just think Napoli look quite composed when they're on the ball. I love Queen, Sergio Hernandez. I love Queen.
Dembele has just absolutely sent Danny Rose back to school. Danny Rose was nowhere near him and he's just blatantly took him out. He's lucky to get,
that's why, isn't he?
Yeah, he's lucky to get away with that one. He didn't even pick up a yellow for it. But we got a free kick here on the right hand side of the box. About 10-15 yards away from the corner flag. Well, it's whipped in with pace and away by the Tongan. But Barcelona just pick it up. Play it
it's
nice
just a B-Tech
simple.
Luke Shaw, Danny Rose.
1 or 2 tasty tackles going in now.
I agree with Illa. Rose is crap player. Simple as that. Doesn't need anything else. Tyrone Williams says Barcelona will have to sign Mbappe for when Messi retires. There aren't many who could replace him, to be honest. Cole, bye.
The Son's down injured at the minute. He went up for a header just now and...
Liverpool offside. They've put it in the back of the net. It's one of those you wait for. It was a cross, I think. Klopp's applauding it. It's offside, mate. It's Alexander-Arnold it goes to. There's 2 players offside. I didn't think they were offside. There's probably 3 actually when they are, but they're all within a yard of offside. Good finish by Mane, but definitely offside.
Just seeing a replay back for the goal again. I mean, Dembele's pace, absolutely phenomenal. His ball control, spot on.
Jack Butler says, do you like the Rolling Stones? I love them. I'm a changing man. No, that's Paul Weller. What's Rolling Stones? Angie. Actually, there's a song in The Departed by Rolling Stones which I love. I can't remember what it goes. Oh, yeah, it's just a mile away. It's just a mile away. Probably no one's got a clue what that song is, but it's in The Departed anyway.
Showing your age there, mate. Listening to the Stones.
Classics are classics.
Yeah.
I don't listen to any of the shits out now. I haven't listened to music. It's crap. Liverpool are stepping this game up a bit now. Koulibaly again. Strong on Salah.
Ericsson taking the corner. Poor. Absolutely poor. Don't even beat the first man. He's gone out for a throw.
Tell you what I watched last night, Marcus, because me and Marcus were talking about Christmas and, like, you know, Christmas is a time to relax and rest up after a tough year. I always find at Christmas, I don't know about you lot, that I actually exhaust myself even more. Not through anything other than drink and staying up late watching TV. I get less sleep at Christmas. And like last night they had the Men Behaving Badly Christmas special on last night, which I haven't seen for years. I loved it. It was great. Really nostalgia. I loved it.
Yeah,
I used to love that. I used to love that. That was like the in-betweeners of our era, that was. Yeah,
Men Behaving Badly, and there was a couple on today leading up to the Christmas shows, like Open All Hours and Steptoe and Son.
Yeah, that's way too old for me, that is. I think you really are 50, aren't you, really?
No, I think so, with the stuff I watched. But, Coutinho nearly got in there, Lloris. Bit of a haphazard clearance.
Corner for Napoli. Ooh, across the 6-yard box. Cleared. I think it's Alexander-Arnold who clears it. Cross comes in again. They should get it out. They don't. Robertson missed it. Be careful of Napoli. Koulibaly. Onside. He was offside there. Good game, this. Napoli haven't done a lot for a while, but They do look a threat.
Joe Barrett, Spurs. They started well. The first 5-6 minutes they did start well, but since they've gone a goal down, they've gone back into their shell. They're not attacking much. They're very wary of the counter attack and the pace that Dembele possesses. He's absolutely running Danny Rose ragged down that left-hand side.
James Miller says, I would love a Van Dijk red car. I think he means red card. I don't know how a red car with Van Dijk red car would look, but yeah, I think we need car. Christmas viewing, essential Christmas viewing for me. I've already watched some of the kids stuff. Like I've watched Home Alone 1 and 2 already. I've watched The Grinch already. Here's Liverpool Firmino, good block. I've watched those already, so I've got the Polar Express to watch, which I think I'll watch the weekend before Christmas. More adult stuff. I've got The Family Man, which I think is a bit of a cult Christmas film. I bet a lot of people haven't watched it. Koulibaly, a great tackle on Salah in the box there, but Liverpool keep going. It's a bit of a bouncy, but what's that from Henderson? Keeper's got to get it. Oh, foul. Yeah, Family Man with Nicolas Cage. Watch it, brilliant. Wonderful Life, classic. You know, everyone in it had died before I was even born, but it's good. Die Hard, obviously. I quite like Love Actually. And then the classic comedies, really. The Only Fools and Horses. I like the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special. Alan Partridge Christmas special. The Office Christmas specials. That's pretty much me. I don't know about you, Marcus.
Yeah, near enough the same. You know, apart from Die Hard and The Office. Yeah, near enough the same. The Grinch, Christmas Carol, Polar Express, Miracle, 34th Street.
See, I've never watched that.
The Night Before Christmas. That's a good
Gremlins,
one.
yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Shits.
Spurs, Walker Peters is in down the right-hand side.
Spurs need to
Step
go.
over into the box, deflected away. Oh, Sissoko tries the first time cross there, but slipped on his arse. And Barcelona bring it away. A lot of Spurs players slipping. But that ball from Dembele to Coutinho, a little bit too hard.
The Alan Pardew Christmas special. Yeah, it's the Alan Pardew Christmas special, Chris Sparks. Alan Partridge.
Exactly, Dano. Exactly. You call me for liking Steptoe and Son. You're okay with A Wonderful Life. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a classic.
So Steptoe and Son, man.
No, but you probably watched it when it was actually out.
No, I didn't.
Koulibaly's a beast. I hope he comes to United, says Dylan Walsh. He is very good. He's very good. And I think the great thing about this game today with Koulibaly is that people who maybe have only seen him play for Napoli in Italy, you're getting to see him against the Premier League opposition. And I must be honest, I think Skriniar, could be good. Milenkovic, I think, is too young. There's very few centre-backs in Europe that you can say they'd definitely be good in the Premier League. But I think Koulibaly, the way he plays the game, because he's so quick and powerful, you just know he'd be good in the Premier League as well.
Yeah, Koulibaly. Bad Santa.
I hate
Daniel
Bad Santa.
Crawford, yes.
I hate it.
Oh. If you don't laugh at that movie, mate, you ain't got a sense of humour.
Well, I have got a sense of humour, and I didn't laugh at it. I thought it was shit.
Oh, Spurs nearly getting the equaliser. Danny Rose down the left-hand side, puts it across the 6-yard box, and Son was in there totally unmarked. He just couldn't get his toe on it. Any sort of connection there, and that's 1-1.
We need a Spurs goal. Sublumkin, I think Marcus will have watched this. He said Santa Stuff's Lonely Housewife is a good film. I reckon that's probably Marcus's sort of show, to be honest.
Well, that's the sort of stuff you watch at night. That's why you're not sleeping very well, mate.
I don't need porn.
Yeah. Didn't you say the caffeine gives you a hard on a day, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I've seen that on bloody Goldbridge World as well. Hakil Hall says this referee is absolutely disgusting. But I don't know which game you're watching, Hakil. You could be watching the Spurs game. I think in this game, I haven't noticed the ref be bad, to be honest.
No.
A lot of people are saying the ref is a joke.
No, I've not noticed the referee make any...
Alf is great. Yeah, Jack Scam, sorry.
I mean, Spurs have got a free kick here on the edge of the box. Vermaelen, stupid tackle there on the edge of the box. No need for that at all. But he's kindly. Oh, you know what? Again, that could have been a yellow. Both feet are off the ground there from Vermaelen. He's got in with his right foot. He's caught Eriksson right on the shin. Could have been a yellow.
Alan is class, as Dark calls. He is very good. I've been impressed with Napoli, considering they're away against Liverpool, who are top of the Premier League. I mean, Liverpool have shaded it for me, but I think Napoli have given a very good account of themselves. I mean, you think about the crap in the Premier League that comes to Liverpool and bend over, just, you know, hand out 11 tubes of lube and say, fuck me. And then you've got Napoli who are actually having a go.
It is refreshing, isn't it, to actually see teams come to, you know, the top flight Premier League teams and actually play a game of football instead of just sitting there saying, come on in, come and try and get past. But Harry Kane's on this free kick. Oh, absolutely crap again. Spurs' dead ball situation has been really poor tonight. Really poor. Not beating the first man at all.
Joe Barrett's just put Home Alone in capital letters. I don't know whether he's talking about the film or it's a hint to everybody in the live comments that he's home alone if anyone fancies a go. Henderson. Well, wide.
Oh, Son's through. 1-on-1.
Misses.
He's missed it.
How did I know that? Because I saw someone in the live comments say, what a miss.
He's missed it. 1-on-1. Goalkeeper saved it with his left boot. That should have been 1-0. Should have been.
I used to like Jingle All the Way, JK UK, but I just think it's a bit dated now, isn't it? Because of the toy that they're after, it's a bit dated, but it was all right. I'll tell you what I do like. It's just come into my head, and I've got it to watch. It's on my list. I've got to start watching some of this stuff because I'll run out of time. Last year, I ran out of time big time. I left it all too late, and I didn't get to watch half of it. And you can't watch Christmas stuff after Boxing Day. It's not the same.
No.
So, Salah's in. Mistake. Salah, cut back. No, terrible. And Napoli clear it again. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. That's good. Give that a watch. Bit of an 80s. And Sharask Math Fitness says, looks like Koulibaly is actually auditioning. Fantastic player. Absolutely fantastic.
That was a great quote from you, Mark. The Mickelsons just said, don't sleep on Goldbridge, he'll wake you up with a stiffy. That was an absolute brilliant one.
Thank
you need
sir.
to write a book or something, mate, about your anecdotes, or your analogies or something.
Koulibaly is class.
Coming up to 34 minutes. Still Barcelona 1, Tottenham 0.
Salah's in. Goal! Goal to Liverpool. It is a goal to Liverpool. I was wondering because it stayed at 0-0 for a long time. I thought he was going to cut it back actually. And again, Leon want 90 million for Ndembele, says Charlie Davenport. Yeah, I'd heard that. But it's 1-0 Liverpool. It doesn't change the complexion of the game massively because Liverpool, if Napoli score, it makes it interesting. But this goal from Salah, I just want to see where he picks it up because I thought he was going to cut it back. It's rolled into him. He leaves Koulibaly for dead. To be fair, skins Koulibaly, and he's looking at the cutback, and I think the keeper thinks he's looking at the cutback, and he does him on the front post, and that, I'm afraid, is class. And that is why he's better than Hazard.
I was just gonna, that's the sort of thing you don't want to see, isn't it, from Salah? You know, a couple of days before we go to Anfield. Oh, there's no denying the guy's just in form at the minute. It really is. Dele Alli tried to pounce on a mistake there from Barcelona's centre-back. But Barcelona are just walking around now with the ball. Just playing the 5-10 yard passes, making Spurs do the running.
It's funny actually because I sort of got to be grateful to Mo Salah there because I was literally just about to put a tweet out on the United Stand account and say Koulibaly is worth every penny. I'd pay £100 million for him because he did adapt to the Premier League so easily. And then he just got skinned as was typing it by Salah. I mean, he is good, but he got skinned very easily by Salah there, to be honest. As C says, he drifted past Koulibaly like he wasn't there. No, I'm not. I don't think I'm celebrating a Liverpool goal at all. I'm just saying that it was a good goal against a player that I think I'd like United to sign. You know what? I think Salah's a very good player. You know, I think he's better than Hazard. So there you go. I think Salah's the best player in the league. I've said it a few times. Don't like it that he plays for Liverpool, but you know, I think he is. George Ramos, Mark, as much as I respect your opinions, but I do think Man United need a centre-back. Our defence is too inconsistent at times. For his ankle, we have been lacking clean sheets. Marcus would agree with me, maybe. But it's a good contribution, George. But what the thing is, I'm not saying that United don't need a centre-back. If you think United need a centre-back, that's fine. But Koulibaly would cost 90 million. He's just been left on his arse by Mo Salah. That's my point. I think people think we're going to sign a centre-back, Marcus, and we're suddenly going to keep 20 clean sheets. It doesn't matter how good a centre-back you are. You're still going to... You know, Koulibaly could solve our problems, but we're still going to concede. One centre-back doesn't solve the problems of Manchester United, because even the best centre-back can get caught out.
Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying, but I still think that out of what we've got, if Bailly and Rojo were partnered together again, I actually think that they could do the job if they got the game time, if they got the minutes. I think the problem for us is the fact that we have a £90 million striker who, as you say, couldn't hit the sea from a boat, could he? Really?
No.
His first touch is atrocious. We all know about that, and I've been saying for a couple of seasons now, we don't have an out-and-out backup striker. And I think that is what we're desperately lacking. I think we've got the centre-backs, if they play consistently. I think they could do really well. I mean, Bailly and Lindelof played well throughout a few games last season. Bailly and Rojo played well together, I think, the season before. So it's just, I just think it's Mourinho. He just doesn't know what his best centre-backs are, let alone his best 11.
Interesting in this game, Napoli have just put in a decent couple, well, they weren't decent, but a couple of crosses in, and it's an interesting game because Liverpool at the moment are through if it stays 1-0. So do they park the bus, something Liverpool are not really renowned for? If Napoli score a goal, it's Liverpool need 3. So it's a tough one. There's a Napoli fan crying. I mean, it's early days for that, mate. Come on. Grow a set.
We've got another 45 minutes to go, yeah?
Yeah. You get a goal and you're back in it. Don't start crying yet.
So, I mean, Napoli still need the 2 goals, don't they?
No, if Napoli score 1, Liverpool need 3. At the moment, Liverpool are through 1-0. But as soon as Napoli score, he's crying his eyes out.
Adil Farouk, what do I think of Mo Salah? I think he's a good player. I really do. I think he's really hit form now coming into the Christmas period, and I think he's going to cause us major problems Sunday.
No, because Ashley Young's going to put him in his pocket.
No, wait, lightning don't strike twice.
No. And what people forget about that game where Ashley Young did put him in his pocket is we parked the bus on the edge of our box. You know, there was no progressive play from United. We might probably do the same again on Sunday, but when you park the bus on your edge of the box, there's no turn and run at anybody, is there? Because your attack starts on the edge of the box and there's about 6-7 players around you. So, you know, it's a totally different game when a team parks the bus. You don't get put in the pocket. I mean, we all laugh and say, yeah, he put him in his pocket. But realistically, you don't really put somebody in your pocket when it's like that.
Well, unless it's you versus DT, Wayne.
Well, that's coming out soon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, Spurs are still losing 1-0, mate. They've not done anything for the last 5 minutes. It's all Barcelona just playing the tiki-taka football. Spurs are literally chasing shadows at the minute, and Pochettino's trying to get them to push up.
Koulibaly's just been booked. It was his tackle on Mo Salah, basically stamping on his foot. Was a yellow card.
So what is it, a DVD that's coming out, Mark, is it?
No, it's that they've done a series. There's one gone out today. This Arsenal team that we played had obviously been playing a lot of games, and they were doing a series called Blood Brothers. So it's all about DT managing a football team. They're trying to get them semi-pro or something. I don't know. We played them right at the end. They played loads of games at that point. That's why it was such a cup-up. It was a bit like Wimbledon, Liverpool, 1988. That we were Wimbledon, really, just a mishmash. And so their first game has just gone up today. I think it was against Cheeky Sport. I think they lost, but
Harry Kane's in left-hand side. Try to cut it across. It was blocked by Vermaelen out for a corner.
Machine 94 says Napoli are rushing too much, in my opinion. Thanks for the contribution, mate. Yeah, I think that's the thing now. Liverpool have got the goal, and Napoli are going to have to now, force it a little bit. I think Napoli just gets into half time and sort of have a chat, and not about the weather. I mean about the football match, and just say, look, one goal for us changes the complexion of this game completely. I think Liverpool have just got to keep going at it, because if Napoli do get a goal, they've got to score 3, haven't they?
Yeah.
Thoughts on DT's football skills, Kieran? All I'd say is, if you try and nutmeg Goldbridge, you're going to end up on your arse. Cheeky git. I couldn't believe he tried to nutmeg me. That's the thing that pissed me off the most, trying to nutmeg me. I mean, who does he think I am?
I've got to say, mate, you did command that midfield really well.
I think Sophie had a better game than me, but
no, I mean, for a guy who's not played football since the 60s, mate, I thought
really well. Fuck off. I thought you were being genuinely nice there. That's into the keeper's hands there. So we're nearly at half time. I'm just going to grab myself a quick beer, actually, because then I've got a beer for half time, actually.
Yeah. So going forward.
1-0 still to Barcelona, 1-0 to Liverpool. But I think we all know that the story's only halfway told at the moment, because the games can change very quickly. I think PSV are still winning at the moment, which is the main thing.
Tottenham are trying to get the ball. Do you know what? In a way, they're playing like Arsenal used to do under Wenger when they tried to walk it into the box, but it's just not working. Harry Kane's had one slight chance, which was just now. But Tottenham's game plan at the minute, I've got no idea what they're trying to do, apart from trying to retain possession. But Barcelona, again, what a shot that was by Rakitic. Straight down the throat of Lloris, though, but that was a good one, Sebastian, wasn't it? About time he had some of his own medicine. How much does LFC have to win to advance? I think, silent but deadly, I think they just need the one goal, don't they? They just need to win the game.
If it stays 1-0, they're through, but if Napoli score, they've got to win by 2.
Yeah.
So if it stays like this, Liverpool are through. If Napoli score 1, then Liverpool have got to score 3.
There we go.
So which makes it very interesting, because Liverpool have won quite a few games 1-0 this season, though. So,
Tottenham have really not done anything at all in this first half, apart from the one-on-one chance that Son had, and he fluffed it. They've not created anything else of significance. And Coutinho has just rattled the post. Lloris, left-hand post, he was able to walk through the defence. No one put a tackle in. Everyone backed off him. Right-footed shot, bottom left-hand corner. Lloris just stood there, and it's hit the post and got out for a goal kick.
Well, PSG are 2-0 up, so they're going through, no problem. PSV are still winning in Inter, in Milan. Dortmund are winning in Monaco. Club Brugge and Atletico Madrid 0-0. Obviously, Barcelona are winning Tottenham 1-0. And Charlie Davenport says that Ghana and Greenwood are on the Valencia trip. Yeah, if you haven't watched my Jose Mourinho press conference reaction, which I did about an hour before this on the United stand, Mourinho has spoken to the press. Mason Greenwood, 17 years of age, absolutely amazing talent, should be getting game time tomorrow, isn't. Mourinho's confirmed that he won't even be on the bench. So there you go, Mourinho and his youth. Absolute terrible. But there we go.
Yeah. Tyrone, spot on, man. Magical dribbling. Yeah, I mean, the ball just,
Give it, Ryan.
just stuck to his feet. Absolutely fantastic. That's her from meeting, but she'll be back in office. All right, Ryan, mate. No worries.
Machine 94. I'm looking forward to seeing Pogba play tomorrow. Going to be very interesting. I think he will play very well, just like he always does. Well, he doesn't always play well, but I think hopefully he will put in a good performance tomorrow. Pereira as well. Pereira will start, which for me is more exciting than Pogba, really, because Pogba's a dead cert. He's going to get back in the starting team at some point, but Pereira, for me, is more important. And obviously he was on loan at Valencia last year, so hopefully he will have a good game.
Yeah, Spurs not really done enough to warrant getting back into this game. It's pretty much since the goal, Barcelona. We are at half-time a few seconds ago. So, yeah, Barcelona 1-0 up. Spurs have got to come out and give it their all in the second half now. So,
is it half-time there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've still got a couple of minutes here.
So, yeah, I think from Spurs' point of view, they want to think themselves lucky that it's only 1-0. Dembele has been absolutely fantastic, man and a half so far. But down that left-hand side, Danny Rose just looks very, very weak down there. Very weak.
He is. I don't rate Danny Rose, to be honest with you.
I thought a couple of seasons ago he could have done a job if Luke Shaw was going to go out the door, but on this performance, no, not knowing that Spurs need a win here and everyone's got to play their absolute best, and he's playing like this.
Oh, heavy first touch there. Such a shame. Such a shame. Van Dijk with the covering tackle, but if his touch was better there, I think he had a touch to play somebody in one-on-one. But I'd be surprised if Napoli don't carve a really good chance open in this game. And that's the worry for Liverpool. It's how they approach this second half. Because, to be fair to Klopp, he's not he's not going to be a manager that says, let's sit back. But they're basically going to have to score 3 or 4 goals to make this game safe.
Liverpool playing a full-strength side then?
Oh, yeah. Van Dijk is a good centre-back, yes.
I mean, so far, it's Spurs are still going through because Inter Milan are losing. So, yeah, they're safe at the minute, but they need to get back in the game. They need to do something to just give them that bit of a lift. Very flat in the first half.
Cracking game though, Liverpool-Napoli. I mean, Liverpool are coming forward now. We're literally at the end of the half. And Koulibaly with the header away. I mean, you know what? Koulibaly's had a good game for Napoli. I know he got stood down by Salah, but he has had a good game. And that's it. We're at half-time. So let me just stop the clock there. Do you think there's much chance of Spurs actually getting a result in it from what you've seen so far, Marcus?
Based on what I've seen, no. They've been... since they went 1-0 down, they've not really created anything apart from the Son chance, which I'm going to say was a bit of a balls up between the Barcelona centre-backs. It was a good ball that put him through, but Vermaelen should have cleared it. He really should have. It was just a bit of a mistake, a lack of concentration. But on the evidence of the first half, then no, I really don't see Spurs getting back into it. But, you never say never. It's a 90-minute game. But Barcelona have played quite well. They have played quite well considering they've rested some of their big stars. Yeah,
I really hope that he can they can get something out of the game and go through Spurs, because it'd just be hilarious. But Inter Milan. It's interesting that PSV are winning in Milan, because this is the problem with Italian football. It is quite inconsistent by its nature. The Liverpool game, to be honest with you, Liverpool 1-0 up. They're probably about right. I think Liverpool did shade that half. I think Napoli have been very good. Liverpool shaded it, but the connotations of it are just massively intriguing. Liverpool 1-0. If it stays like this, they go through. Napoli score a goal. Liverpool have got to get 3. So I think Liverpool are in that dilemma about how they approach this game now. They're 1-0 up. Do they keep playing attacking, which leaves them open to a goal? Do they sit back and try and get a 1-0? It's a difficult scoreline for Liverpool, and it's going to be very, very, very interesting to see how it goes in the second half.
Aaron says, is the quarter-final draw on Friday? I'm not too sure.
Yeah. I think it's on Monday.
Yeah, I thought it was next week sometime.
Yeah, it's Monday. I'm sure it is. I'll get my diary in a minute.
So you're in a similar situation to me then, Mark. Napoli's got to come out and attack the second half. Same as Spurs, really.
Yes.
So hopefully, entertaining second half. It'll be end to end.
Exactly. I think this game could end up being like, well, it's hard to predict, but Napoli, I think, will score a goal, and then it's like, well, Liverpool need 3, so I think we're in for a very good second half. It could be frenetic, to say the least. Either Liverpool will keep it 1-0 for ages. Virgil Hainsey says, I'm sold. Wow. Hashtag Koulibaly. Yeah, he was at fault for the Salah goal, but I think he's kept Napoli in it so many times that I would agree. Yeah, Champions League draws on Monday, the 17th, so next Monday for that. And then, yeah.
That's the last 16, isn't it?
Yeah, so United are in it, obviously.
So they're just looking at the table now. Barcelona top with 16 points. Tottenham second with 7. Inter third with 7. But obviously the away goals and head-to-head ruling puts Tottenham in second place. But fantastic breakaway for the goal. Sissoko tried to head it back. I think it was Walker Peters, and Dembele wrong-footed him. The Tonga went sliding in, absolutely no end near it, and Dembele, calm as you like, in the back of the net.
We'll do a Champions League draw probably live on the United Stand. We might do it on here, but probably on the United Stand, to be honest. Free Roll says, I hope United get Barcelona. Well, that's a good point. United will get one of, if we look at the tables in the Champions League, they're going to get one of, well, Madrid or Dortmund, Barcelona, because they'll finish top, PSG, because they'll finish top by the looks of it, Porto, that's probably who we will get. What a shit group that is. Porto would be a good result for United. Bayern Munich. We won't get Man City because I don't think you can get English clubs. Real Madrid. So we're going to get Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Porto, PSG, Barcelona, or probably Atletico Madrid. Guarantee Mourinho's the lucky man, isn't he? It's like the FA Cup when we got Reading. We'll get Porto. Virgil Hainsey says that was Koulibaly plus Bailey. Yeah, I get it. Good one. I get it. That's a good one.
So are you still confident Liverpool will go through then, Mark?
Yeah, I think they will go through. I don't know about how it's going to happen. I think there's going to be a goal for Napoli in the second half, so Liverpool would need 3, but I do think Liverpool will go through. And to be honest with you, I know there's a lot of people that want Liverpool to go out because it'd be really funny. But I also think that Liverpool in the Champions League makes it less likely that they'll win the Premier League. So I wouldn't mind them staying in it, to be honest. But yeah. I think we might see an English winner of the Champions League this year. I think Real Madrid are obviously worse. I personally think Man City might win the Champions League this year. I don't like that prospect, but I don't see a standout team in Europe. And I think one of the English clubs, as we saw with Liverpool last year, who weren't brilliant, got all the way to the final. So I think a decent English team could win this Champions League this year. Obviously, I think Barcelona will push them, and I think Juventus maybe is a good shout. I did predict Juventus at the start of the season, so I do think an English club might win it this year.
So you wouldn't fancy Paris Saint-Germain then?
No, I think they're a bit fragile, Paris Saint-Germain. And I also think Paris Saint-Germain, as we saw at Anfield, you know, when they play against a decent team, they're not used to it because they play in a pub league. So I think that's what they do. Mane, my favourite player, but Sarah's better, says Joseph Whelan. I think he means Salah. And
yeah.
Louise O'Donoghue says, Mark, stop talking crap again later. I think Louise is meant to be one of the regulars, isn't she, Marcus?
Yeah.
Maybe it's time of the month, I don't know. There's a bigger chance of Liverpool winning the Europa League than Champions League, says Man United fan. And the final will be Liverpool versus Barcelona, believe me, and Liverpool win on penalties. Kareem, I don't like those sort of predictions where you go to, you know, I would if you just ended at the final will be Liverpool Barcelona, I'd have been, oh, maybe he's right. But when you say they're going to win on penalties, it's just too precise. You can't predict like that. It's like me
I do
saying,
fancy. I just going to say, I do fancy the English clubs to do well. You know, particularly Man City. You know, Liverpool, they're not solidly through yet. I think they could go far. Man City could go far. I think United. I think with United's games in the Champions League, you just got to take them as they come. There's no way, you know, we could turn around and say, well, look, we're guaranteed to get to at least the quarterfinals or semi-finals, because that's just ludicrous. But I think with Man City and Liverpool, you could say, you know, I think bare minimum for them would be the quarterfinals, semis.
Remember to subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. You're all welcome on here. Everybody's welcome. Doesn't matter who you support, so do get involved. Spurs are going through at the moment, William. That's right, isn't it, Marcus? Because they're reflecting what Inter are doing, which is losing. But a goal for Inter, a point for Inter, would put Inter through. So Spurs have got it. I mean, more than the Liverpool, really. I mean, you know, Napoli know what they've got to do, but Spurs have got to, I think, at least get a draw there. I don't think Inter Milan are going to lose, because what you can see happening is Inter Milan home team, PSV, I think second half will at some point sit back and try and get the win, and you just fancy with the likes of Skriniar and Icardi, you know, they've got pump balls into the box. You can see them getting a goal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the worry for Spurs is Messi is on the bench. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, if and when he comes on, then Spurs are going to sit deeper and deeper. So they've got to really come out in the second half and try and nick that goal in the first 10-15 minutes. But they really can't afford to just rely on the PSV and Inter Milan result at all. But no doubt Pochettino is going to make them aware of the result in his half-time team talk. So we'll see what happens.
We certainly will. We'll certainly will. We're getting closer to the second half, which is good. And
Sad Zamir says he's seeing a Barcelona and Liverpool final. I think you'd be a brave man to discard Barcelona and Real Madrid not getting to the final. Well, I know Real Madrid aren't playing well in their league at the minute, but they just seem to turn it on in Europe, don't they?
Yeah, the thing is, they're not managed by Zidane anymore, and they haven't got Ronaldo anymore. I don't think Real Madrid will be winning it this year, to be honest. Vandy Candy says Napoli will definitely push more, and they've got a goal in them. Liverpool are going in the Amadeo Cup, says Pedro Romero. See, I think it's funny if Liverpool end up in the Amadeo Cup. I don't think it's funny if Spurs do, because I quite like Spurs. Obviously, Liverpool are a big rival because I'm a United fan. I think it's hilarious that Arsenal and Chelsea are in there. But I don't joke about it too much, because I 100% know that United, at best, are in the Amadeo Cup next year. We're not going to be in the Champions League, Marcus. I don't know. You know, we just can't. How can we be in the Champions League next year? We're not going to finish top four, and we're definitely not going to win the Champions League. So, for all the jokes, we may as well enjoy it because I think we are there next year, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to you and Flex Sunday, and yeah, I totally get both of your points. But until it's like our board with Mourinho, until it's mathematically impossible,
you can hope.
You just never know. There's always that glimmer of hope there where you think, oh yeah, maybe, just maybe, United could do it. But do you want to trust to hope with Mourinho in charge? No, not really, because we all know what he's like. But I just think, it's normally the second half of the seasons, even when Sir Alex was in charge, it's normally over Christmas time and the start of the second half of the season where United, start hitting the ground. I think United they've always been notoriously late in starting Premier Leagues and things like that, competitions. So Alex used to say, let's see where we are at Christmas and we'll kick on from there, So I don't know. I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility, but it doesn't look very likely at the minute. So I don't know. I'm a bit 50-50 at the minute. I think Sunday's game will show us an awful lot because if we can't pull a result out at Man City, we got beat. Obviously, if we can't pull a result out at Liverpool, then we've definitely got problems.
I don't think. I mean, I'm massively excited about Sunday. I know some people get nervous, but I just think I'm not nervous about United anymore. I always want to see us playing against the better teams, and I'm not nervous about it at all. Looking forward to it, but I don't expect if we lose, he'll get the sack. I don't think that is the mentality of the Manchester United board at the moment. I think it is they will stick with him. Barry Reid says Bayern will pull a Real and lose the league but win the Champions League. I don't know what the gap is at the top between Bayern Munich and Dortmund at the moment.
No, we've kicked off, by the way.
Okay, we haven't quite yet because I think we were slightly behind you, but
just over a minute ago. Just saw someone say then I was talking crap. Kyle, there we go. It's just my opinion, isn't it? I mean, obviously the style of play that we're playing, getting top four, it doesn't look like we're going to get it, but you never know. You never know. I mean, if we get 3 points Sunday, why can't we? You just never know. I'd never write United totally out of everything, but I don't know. It's such a hard one, but my expectations have definitely been lowered because of the man in charge at the minute. But Spurs are on the attack here. Well, I thought Sissoko was going to put that in first time then because Harry Kane was free. But he didn't.
What's on your Christmas list, Marcus? Well, let's do that while we're just waiting for this to kick off. Football Manager's on mine.
Is it? Oh, you'll enjoy that.
I've listened to people. They've said get Football Manager, stream Football Manager. So from New Year, that's what we're going to do. It's just about whether I do United or whether I do what I used to do on Championship Manager. I used to play Championship Manager probably 22 years ago.
Oh, great shot. Sorry, mate. Great shot there by Ericsson on the edge of the box. Left foot finesse shot to, I can't pronounce that goalie's name. Sillison, is it? Yeah. Killison, something like that. Down to his right-hand side, comfortably palmed it away for a corner, but Spurs are coming again with Son. Cross, it's blocked by Vermaelen and cleared away by Barca. But my Christmas list, mate, usually consists of no,
lube.
I think that should be on your list, mate. You got a thing for lube on your FIFA streams at the minute.
Yeah, because the opposition need it when I'm scoring, so it doesn't hurt them.
I usually get a load of pop vinyls, mate. I'm an avid collector of pop vinyls. They're like the old bobblehead things. So I've got a few Star Wars ones, a few Marvel ones coming, and a couple of others that I haven't asked for, apparently, that I need. So
Liverpool had a little bit of an attack there, but I think it's gone out for a corner. Robertson, it's gone for a corner. I think a few people want to say that that Luke Shaw's better than Robertson. I'm a United fan. He's not. Robertson's absolutely fantastic. I think he's probably arguably the best left back in the Premier League. Again, I hate to say it because he plays for Liverpool, but you know, I ain't gonna lie about it. He's very, very good. Yeah, the Football Manager thing. When I used to play it about 22 years ago. In fact, I used to have a manager game called Graham Taylor Manager, which was brilliant. Which tells you how old that is. That was on the Amiga, and it was probably 93. I always used to manage clubs from... I'd start off with a team like in the lower division. And I used to love it because it's like, you know, you start right at the bottom. So I don't know whether to do that or whether to start off as United. I suppose most people would say start off with United.
See, for me, I always start off with a team in the lowest English league and work it up. It's just I just find that you get so much more out of the game.
Yeah.
And it really is. You got to be really careful as well, because in the new one you got the financial fair play in it as well. So it doesn't really benefit playing as a top club really, because you can. I mean. The prices, the transfer fees in Football Manager, some of them are absolutely extravagant for the player that you want. So, try it, mate. Try it. See which way you want to go. Tottenham really get here. Ericsson, Dele Alli blocked. Tottenham really turned up the heat in the second half. Now, first 5 minutes has flown by.
I think the best manager game I ever played, because I think Championship Manager and all that lot, you can get... The thing I don't like, and I don't even like it in FIFA, is training your players. I can't be arsed with that. I don't like the training. I'm not really interested in your sponsors and shit like that. I don't want to spend a week in between each game, basically. I want to just blitz through the games and do that. The thing
you do with that, mate, is you can delegate things to your number two and to the coaches and stuff like that. I have it where I'm just in control of first team finances, contract renewals and transfers. I leave everything else to everyone else. But I mean, Harry Kane just now missed. I think he got a shove in the back there just now. But he was through one-on-one. Do you know what? I think that could have been a penalty. I think he's got a shove in the back. Just watch it back. He has done, yeah. He's got a hand on the back. Yeah. It's not a shove, but there's a hand on the back. There's enough for him to fluff his shot. Just watching the replay back.
If somebody just said there, Gary Neville said that Eric Bailly is not good enough for Manchester United. I haven't heard Gary Neville say that, so I'm saying this if he said that, and he may not have done, because live comments aren't always accurate. What is Gary Neville on? like he's not good enough in relation to what? Varane and Ramos. I mean, does he not realise our centre-backs are Rojo, Smalling and Jones? Eric Bailly is definitely the best centre-back we've got at Manchester United. So that's very easy. Is Pereira in the United travelling squad, says Thomas Biles. Thanks for the contribution, Thomas. And rewarding contribution it is, because Pereira is part of it. And Tyrone Williams says, Marcus, it's not a penalty. And Salah, he should have gone the other corner there. It's side netting, and it was nearly 2-0. The best manager game I've played in recent years would have been around 2000, 2001. I think it was called LMA Manager, and it was on the PS2 or 3, whatever was around then.
Yeah, PS2.
It was on a console. It was brilliant. It was
fantastic.
I really loved it. It was brilliant. It's not 1-1 for Napoli, yeah. In fact, you can piss off.
I'm not sure if you know, Mark, but on the Football Managers, you can set up your own leagues and that.
All right.
And playing online, like full seasons with all the cup competitions and stuff like that. So
might have a crack at that in the new year then, people. Yeah. I think FIFA's always difficult to do that, but a manager game wouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly, because even if there's something in the game mechanics where, like, even if they don't ready up within like 30 seconds or a minute, the game automatically starts. So, and because it's managerial style, it will, it's absolutely fantastic. But you won't be able to restart things, mate, or anything like that.
No.
So be prepared. All right.
Why not? Can't you save what?
You could save it before the game and then restart the match if you lose a final or something like that. But it it doesn't work like FIFA, mate. It really doesn't.
Football Manager is actually what it's the same makers of Championship Manager anyway, isn't it? It's the same people who did that, I think.
I think Football Manager's done by Sega and
Koulibaly. Handball.
The Tottenham have wasted a good couple of opportunities here. I mean,
well, I'm looking forward to that in the new year. It's on my Christmas list. I spoke to the wife. I says, Football Manager by order of That's Football community, because it is the That's Football community. It's not United Stand. United Stand's United, and this is all about the FIFA and general football. So it's you lot, and I'm up for that. We'll definitely do a league. I mean, that LMA Manager game, Marcus. I remember me and my mate one Friday night. We said we'd had enough of going out pulling women. We were bored of it. Just fed up of pulling beautiful women. So we said, I know, let's get down the supermarket and let's get a load of beer and let's just play LMA Manager. And we did it. And the great thing was, he was one team, I was another, and we were simultaneously playing on one screen. And then I think he was Chelsea and I was United because he was a Chelsea fan. And game 10, we played each other, and that was just amazing because it's like, you play your mate at FIFA and it's great, but when you're playing in a manager game, there's something even better about it because you're not totally in control. It's all on your decisions, isn't it? So there's something better. It's weird, that is, because you play your mate at FIFA, you're in total control, aren't you? But if you play them at like a Football Manager game, there's something better about it. It's more tense.
Yeah, this is why I like starting from the bottom, because you have control over the finances, upgrading the stadiums and setting ticket prices and prices for the food and stuff like that. You've got control over the whole income, basically. So, yeah, this is why I like to start at the bottom. I think it's such a reward when you've only got a ground of, say, 5,000 or 6,000. And then next thing, after a few seasons, you're in the Champions League with 30,000, 40,000 capacity stadium. I just think it's great. I really do. And I always start from the bottom and work up, but it does take.
I've heard that about you. You like to start at the bottom. Here we go. Liverpool in the one-on-one. He refused the pass. He went back for Salah, and I think if he'd known, Mane was a free 1-1.
Yeah,
apparently Son's going to miss again, but there is a goal. There might be a goal. No, it might be Brandon just spamming. Brandon, you're on thin ice if there's not a goal.
No, there isn't, mate. Not in a minute. There's a shot there by Son, but it's straight at him. Straight at him. And
Odin, sorry, mate.
So yeah, Harry, like Odin's saying there, like Harry Kane is shocking at the minute.
Favourite Amiga games has Google bought me. Let me think for a minute. It probably would be Sensible Soccer, Sensible World of Soccer. I remember talking about Christmas. I wanted an Amiga, and it was the week before Christmas, and I'd wanted an Amiga, and mum and stepdad weren't very well off, and I knew they couldn't afford me Amiga. And my mum was like, she's silly about Christmas. She was like, you never know what Santa's going to bring you. And I was like, one, I don't even believe in Santa because I'm 11. And two, we ain't got the money for it. And she says, you never know, you never know. And as a kid, you start to think, maybe I'm going to get one. Sure enough, Christmas Day I woke up, I didn't bloody get one. But I said to her, why did you say you never know? Well, I wanted to make it magical. Yeah, now I'm bloody disappointed. Anyway, the next Christmas I did get an Amiga. And I got Sensible World of Soccer. And I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning. And I just played it for about 8 hours straight. Absolutely brilliant. And I never forget my first goal as well. I think it was York City, because like you, I started in the 2nd division, or what would have been the 3rd division then. It was about game 8. I'd lost my first 8 games and I scored from a corner. I've never celebrated so much. And then after that, I loved it. It was brilliant. It'd be shit if anyone played Sensible World of Soccer now. You'd hate it. But at that time, it was... even then, the graphics were crap. It was just the gameplay. The gameplay was brilliant. Marius Kavanmo says Mad Marcus on the button and Mark on the top. On the bottom.
On the bottom,
He's trying to be rude. Anyway, ain't got any goals in either of these games yet. In the second half, Napoli Koulibaly straight at. Oh, it wasn't Koulibaly actually. Straight at Alisson anyway. No trouble there. So for the moment, it's looking good. I mean, it's still looking good for Spurs, but they'll be grateful to PSV.
Yep. It's still PSV 1 into 0, but Spurs again. They've just dropped off.
Golden Eye on the N64 was good, Ryan. I didn't have it. Header straight at the keeper again. This time it's Firmino.
Has that got him? Is that 2-0? No, it's offside. Oh, Coutinho with a fantastic ball straight through the Spurs defence. Yeah, he's offside. He just stepped off a bit too early. Lloris, absolutely no chance. So a goal chalked off for offside for Barcelona. Oh man. So Lamela is stripped and ready to come on. Be interesting to see who's going to take off here.
Is Lucas playing?
No.
Is he on the bench?
I want to say no. I didn't recognise him.
I'll have a look.
There was PK on the bench, Messi, Busquets.
No, Lucas Moura for Spurs. He is on the bench.
Oh, Lucas Moura. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's interesting he's bringing Lamela on instead of Lucas, who... Maybe it's because I play a lot of FIFA. I see a lot of Lucas. I don't know how good he is in real life for Spurs, to be honest.
Oh, yeah, do you know what? I found that every time I play FIFA, someone's always got that purple Lucas. Oh.
Although he's not as I don't notice him in the game as much as I used to. Like, he used to be like very hard to defend against. I don't think he's that good anymore.
So Lamela is coming on for Walker Peters.
So going a little bit more attacking.
Yep. So it looks like we're going to go with 3 at the back now, Spurs. Ericsson's pulled out to the right-hand side. Harry Kane with a flick on to Son. Or I'll tell you what, if Son could have gathered that in his path, Spurs would have been in again.
Red Star Belgrade have scored against PSG. It wasn't the first FIFA game I can remember, but I don't know whether it was the first one I ever played. It had like Wales in it and guitar in it, and I think it was shit. It was absolutely crap, but at the time you just made yourself like it. It was awful. It was the one where if you got sent off, you could run away from the ref.
Yeah, that was on the Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah. And I think it might have had indoor football as well, but it was definitely the ref. Or if you got booked, you could just run away from the ref.
Yeah,
which was not
all over the pitch, really.
Which is a waste of time because eventually you just got bored and he had to book you, but you could run around for hours.
Yeah, that was a good one. That there was always a certain point just outside of the box at a slight angle where you could score. Yeah,
top corner.
Fraser Dude Evolution says PSG are in trouble.
Of course, computer games in them days though you couldn't play online, so there wasn't any internet, was there? So you play on hardest. I think I bought that game, played it on the hardest level, and won the World Cup with Wales. And I was like, well, apart from getting my mates round to play it, which, realistically, I didn't do that a lot of that because we would be down the park playing real football. It was a different time. Dembele's
just had a shot that's gone about a metre wide of top right hand corner, but Messi stripped and ready to come on now. Mooney's gone off.
So that's interesting that they're risking Messi because there's no point. And if he got an injury, in this game, Liverpool, Henderson's just shot from distance. Keeper gets down well. I'd say Liverpool are shading it again, to be honest. Which is impressive from Liverpool because they could just sit back and try and not let Napoli score, but they're not. They're trying not to do that. They're trying to get the goals to sort of do it themselves. And Napoli, I think, are it's much the same as the first half, really, at the moment.
Yeah. David Rower said Messi doesn't need to come on. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Barcelona are through no matter what. So pretty pointless.
And he's just come back from an injury as well.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty pointless to bring him on and risk him.
Yep. Nobody's noticed I've had my haircut, you know. I've had my haircut today.
No,
That was the great thing. That's the great thing about my hair, though. A lot of people never notice it when I've got it cut. So sometimes, when I used to be in the office, I don't like getting my hair cut at lunchtime because it's always busy. Best time to go and get your hair cut is like 9 or 10 o'clock, just wide by Milner. So I could pretend I've got a client and then pop out and get my hair cut, come back. No one ever notices. It always amazes me.
Do you get that, like, the side bits? Are they really shaved in, like the lowest grade you can get?
No, it's just grey hair. I only have a number 2, so it's not even that short. It's just grey hair. I have the track shaved in. That's skin. The side parting is shaved in.
There's a few people saying now, nice hair. Looks the same to me. Says exactly chronic. I agree with you. Yeah.
It is, and actually, if you looked at the stream yesterday, you'd go, "Oh, actually, it was a lot longer." But people just never notice my hair. I've used it to my advantage over the years. Let's say I've skived out of work loads of times to get my hair cut in the morning. People never notice.
Sam Walsh says your skin's fading. It's not grey. Spurs, Liverpool, City, United will go through. Says Sign Kabar. Well, hopefully. I mean, I've not seen. It's still 1-0 to PSV in the Inter game. But Spurs will still go through.
I think it is a bit of a fade on the side, to be fair. I think it is. Yeah, it probably is. But also, I am quite grey in that area. Not in that area. I'm not grey down there.
I was going to say, not to mention other areas.
No, I'm not grey there. If I went grey there, I'd bloody shave the lot off. Don't want anybody thinking it's not active.
Dembele still seeing plenty of the ball down that left-hand side. Danny Rose is still being left.
I tell you what I would say though. Liverpool, obviously, we're watching this to see if they go through, but I'm also watching it from a United fan point of view. I think if Liverpool play like this against United, it'd be very interesting. Because Liverpool are playing quite defensive, but very good on the break. And I just think, we know United are going to come and park the bus. But what if Liverpool play a little bit defensive themselves and say, well, you can have a bit of the ball?
Yeah. I mean, Barcelona here badgering the ref for a free kick from Lamela. Went in a bit too rough on Vermaelen there. It's gone out for a corner. Barcelona thinking they should have had a free kick for it, but no. That corner's coming. Harry Kane's on the Harry Kane was on the end of it. He's was blocked. Bit of a scramble in the area. Lamela's trying to. Poor pass by Lamela. Poor pass, but Harry Kane had a bit of a free header there. Dele Alli was side by side with a defender, a couple yards from the goal line. Nearly got the toe on it to poke it home. But Barcelona defending well at the minute.
Yeah, Napoli Napoli actually haven't in the whole 65 minutes had a clear-cut chance. So, I did fancy them to score because I like the way they move the ball about, but they've not actually had... I mean, Napoli in this game, at some point, they've got to go gung-ho because Liverpool need... If Napoli score, Liverpool need 3. So it's not like if Napoli go gung-ho and Liverpool score 1, it matters. They literally could just go a bit gung-ho at some point in this game.
Semelou's just picked up a yellow card for a foul on Danny Rose. Blatant foul. Michael, I didn't really like that trailer, mate, to be honest.
What, the Infinity War?
Yeah.
Well, some people were passing out with hard-ons from it. Blood rush.
No, I didn't mention anything that I didn't know already, so I'm a bit disappointed by that. I mean, obviously the trailer can only show who's left. I don't want to give too much away. I know that.
When's it out?
May, I think it is.
When was the other one out?
last, let's say, probably around May, June time last year.
That's pretty quick then to get one out in a year after the
Yeah.
other one.
Well, I think they were filmed back to back. But there's very strong rumours that there's going to be a Star Wars trailer before the end of the year.
What, for the other one?
For the new one, yeah.
I tell you what, I have only watched Last Jedi once. That's terrible.
Crap, isn't it?
That is terrible.
Lucas is just being stripped, ready to come on.
Martins has gone off for Milik, number 99. He's that bad. He's on the last number.
Ryan said he came out in April. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, I do think the third Star Wars will be good, but I think Last Jedi is just such a shame.
Yeah, it really will. Hopefully this new one makes a better job of it. The Spurs pushing everyone forward at the minute. Still got just under 20 minutes to go.
Well, Yakov can't see Liverpool, Napoli scoring because Liverpool are controlling the game. Cool Pope obviously just wants to be fucked off, so he's gone.
Yeah.
I must go and watch The Last Jedi at some point, but it hasn't even been put on Netflix or anything because it's that bad.
Oh, what a save! What a save from the Barcelona keeper. Was that?
Rogue One was good, yeah, Victor.
There was a little thing, I think he was offside. He's pulled up for something. Oh, he's pulled up for a foul on Harry Kane.
Game of Thrones in April, Ben.
A lovely dink ball there to the back post. Ericsson coming in on the back, right-footed, straight at the Barcelona goalie. The Son's come off and Lucas has come on.
Make sure you subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. And if you're going to be, if you want to join us tomorrow, United versus Valencia watch along, but that'll be on the United stand with me and Marcus both watching the same game on that one. We haven't decided on the Christmas party yet, Cathal. We haven't decided on that yet.
I can see Tottenham drawing. Says, yeah, boy, they've had some good opportunities, especially at the start of the second half. But they're trying to stretch Barcelona fullbacks. But since Spurs have gone to the three at the back, they've really dominated possession. Barcelona are just waiting for the counter attack.
Yeah, Liverpool haven't scored. Right? Why have we get? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Ryan, if anyone says anything like that, just
time them
ban them.
Time them out.
Yeah, time them out.
Does Marcus have Twitter? Yeah, you're on Twitter, aren't you, Marcus? What is it?
Yeah. @_Mad Marcus. Actually, I'm quite proud. Actually, I've nearly got 1,300 followers. You know.
Have you?
Yeah. I've only been on it for what, a year and a half, I think. Inter have just
good
scored,
defending from
says
Van Dijk there.
Inter have scored. Icardi.
Oh, that's not good for Spurs.
It's 1-1. No, it's 1-1. Spurs looking to go out now. So Spurs desperate need of a goal. Desperate need. They might as well just go all out for it now.
Yeah, big year next year. Game of Thrones, Stranger Things.
What are you watching on Netflix at the minute?
I've stopped because of Christmas, because there's so much I want to watch for Christmas that I'll leave it. I do want to watch the latest Narcos. I like that, but I'll probably wait till January for that. It's good to have something in the bank for January, because January's shit, isn't it? Let's be honest. It really is for TV.
I'll tell you what, Mark. There was a movie I saw the other day. I think you'd probably enjoy it, actually. Sicario.
Oh, yeah. I've seen the first one.
Yeah, watch the second one, man, as well.
Is that on Netflix now?
It might be on there, but I watched it on Sky.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really good movie. Really good movie. No, I won't say why I think you'd like it, but yeah, I think you'd enjoy it.
Harry Smith, Sophie from the United stand isn't single, no.
Spurs got an overlap here on the left-hand side. Danny Rose ball in, or just cleared away by Vermaelen. I'll tell you, Vermaelen has done a really good game for Barcelona at the back tonight.
I think January, if you didn't have football, would be an absolute shit house. I mean, it's pretty bad as it is, but at least the transfer window, I'm always busy on the United stand in January, so it keeps my mind off it, but it is a crap month. It really is. 72 minutes in this game, and Napoli need a goal. I think Liverpool now need to start defending, and I think Napoli need to go for it. I don't think Liverpool can get 2 goals, so if Napoli score, Liverpool are out, and Spurs need a goal.
Yeah.
1-1 maybe. No,
that's the Inter Milan one.
Yeah.
But Eriksen's seeing a lot more of the ball. Eriksen's gone to a central position now. Lamella's hugging the left-hand side. But Dele Alli trying to look for that ball. Harry Kane is dropping so deep. Looks like they've chucked Lucas as the main front man. Harry Kane's playing behind him. Ball in. Lucas. Oh, that's gone over, surely. What a save again. Oh. Wow. Oh, my God. How he's not scored that. There was a ball in from the right-hand side.
Spurs.
Lucas smack in the middle, straight at the goalkeeper. I thought that went behind the line because the goalie was... The hands were behind the line, so I really thought the ball had gone as well. But fantastic save. Lucas picked it up on the left-hand side of the area. Goes for a shot again, top right-hand corner. It's just wide. But Spurs are knocking on the door now.
I tell you what, though, from a United point of view, Liverpool, they're not that great. Hey, Salah. Keeper does really well. Salah could have dipped. Well, and the keeper does well again there. I mean, it doesn't really matter if Napoli's conceded again because they still need the goal. But
I've just seen a replay of that save, and it's definitely not behind the line. But Dembele's come off, and Denis Suarez has come on. So Barca have gone a bit defensive now. Lucas showing great pace there to get into the box, looking for a penalty though, not given. Zakia, you can go. Messi's picking the ball up. Oh, good challenge there from Danny Rose inside his own penalty box. And again, could have been a penalty. Harry Kane's free here down the right. Dele Alli couldn't pick him out. Interesting last 13.5 minutes.
Yeah, well, same here as well. I mean, I think.
Yeah, there is silent. Yeah, there is a Sicario too. Yeah.
I've seen the first one. I'm surprised Napoli haven't gone for it yet. I suppose they have. They have got 2 up front, to be fair. And Liverpool are starting to get good opportunities. Mane, he would have been 1-on-1, but it was couldn't get it out his feet. So Napoli are starting to go for it now because Liverpool are getting chances on the break. So they are definitely going for it. And Liverpool are trying to hit on the break. But it's an odd situation. Like I say, a Napoli goal would mean Liverpool need 3. So even Napoli conceding 1 doesn't make a massive amount of difference. They still need to score themselves. Strong by Napoli.
Eli wants to know if you're going to have a bath tonight, mate.
I haven't decided yet. I probably will do. What's been the better match? I don't know because I haven't watched the other one. Oh, lovely ball by Salah. Robertson. Mane. What a save by the keeper that was. He's on the 6-yard box, Mane, and he probably should do a little better, but the keeper makes a great save.
just watching a replay back of Lucas getting into the area, that the Barcelona defender had hold of Lucas's shorts, and I think if Lucas had gone down there, would have given the ref a decision to make.
Actually, that is a fantastic save. I don't think Mane could have done any better, really. Another free kick for Liverpool here. Yep. Goulam, who's only just come back from a nasty knee injury. He was linked to United, actually. But Liverpool getting closer and closer. They'll take the 1-0.
Michael, if that's Aquaman, then yeah, I'm going Friday.
Is Aquaman Marvel?
DC. Oh. Yeah, going to watch Aquaman Friday and then Bumblebee Saturday.
Never even heard of Aquaman. I've heard of the film, but I'd never heard of him before. No, someone could say I'm off to watch Ajax Man, and I'd go, oh, what's that, DC or whatever. 3-1 PSG, Marquinhos. So PSG through. Oh, here we go. Van Dijk over the bar. Oh, should have gone with his head. As it stands, Liverpool are through, Speakster. Yeah, they only needed to win by one goal if Napoli don't score. So 1-0 will do for Liverpool. But if Napoli score, they've got to win by 2 clear goals. So we're pretty much in that area now where Liverpool need to bloody keep a clean sheet, because I don't think they've got time to get 2 goals now.
Yeah, as it stands here with just under 10 minutes to go, Tottenham are going out because Inter Milan are drawing.
Yeah, and you wouldn't put it against Inter Milan getting a late winner, really. I mean, looking at that game, Inter Milan have had 20 shots to PSV's 4. Oh, a chance for Napoli on the back post. Oh, I tell you what, it was a golden chance. Robertson couldn't get his foot on it, and I think the forward thought Robertson was. And by the time it comes to him, he can't adjust his feet quick enough. And he should have bloody scored. Yeah, but PSV, Inter have had 63% possession, 20 shots on goal to PSV's 4. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a late winner for PSV, which totally screws Spurs. I think even if Spurs get a goal, I think they might you might see a PSV goal coming in.
Well, it's interesting. The stats here have got Tottenham edging possession 51-49. And Tottenham having 13 shots with 5 on target. So, I mean, Spurs, you have to say the attempts that they've had in the second half, they should at least be 1-1. They really should. They've missed some golden opportunities here.
I think Napoli have just missed their chance as well. I mean, it was a fantastic chance for Callion, and he's got to score that. I want Napoli to win, of course I do. I don't want Liverpool to win. I don't mind Liverpool winning, because I actually don't want Liverpool to win the Premier League, and I think Liverpool going out of the Champions League, they'll just focus on the Premier League. So I do think that it makes their job harder. Offside.
Yeah. Lucas down the right hand side here, couple of step overs. Back to Ericsson. Oh, see Ericsson, man. Every time he gets the ball, he's got a decent opportunity to put the ball into the box first time there, but he rather plays it safe and play it back.
I've never watched Sherlock, Silence But Deadly, films or TV series. God, Warrington Frampton, 20 quid. Fuck off. I wouldn't pay 20 quid for that.
Yeah.
Boxing, such a rip-off.
Yeah. Could only last one round.
Yeah. I used to watch Carl Frock because he's from Nottingham a lot, but the money is ridiculous.
Spurs,
and actually, you can find it on a fucking stream for free. And you're not in boxing. It's not massive if you're a few seconds behind.
Yeah, so Spurs making their 3rd and final change. They're just focusing on Lamella at the minute.
No, Liverpool don't need to score again, Tommy. If it stays, as long as Napoli don't score, they're through.
So Harry Winks has gone off and Llorente has come on. So Spurs going. They're lining up here. They've gone 4 up front. Kane, Llorente, Dele Alli and Lucas.
See, I agree with Alfie.
Oh, and Barca have hit the post again.
Ooh.
Coutinho again.
Liverpool have just headed wide from 6 yards out as well. I agree with Alfie, though. He says we need the Premier League more than the Champions League. I actually think if Liverpool went out, I know it would hurt, but in the long run, it might be better for your Premier League hopes. So swings and roundabouts. I feel sorry for Napoli because I think over the group, to be top of the group on game 5 and then be third after game 6 is harsh, but that's football. And that's football, so subscribe.
That was absolutely poor defending there from Alderweireld. He stood off Coutinho all the way into the penalty area.
Oh yeah, but Alderweireld's going to solve United's problems.
He just absolutely stood off.
He's on the decline.
Yeah, he didn't want to make a tackle, and Coutinho just walked in there with his right foot, bottom left-hand corner towards Lloris, and it hits the post.
I think it might be 1-1 here. There's a lot of people saying Spurs have scored. I think they are going to score.
They're on the break now. They're on the break. They got an overlap down the left. Harry Kane's left-hand side. He's come across. Lucas.
Get in! Yes, it's genuine. Come on, Spurs. I want Spurs to go through. Get in.
1-1. Harry Kane there.
Ooh.
The Spurs fans are rioting. A very, very well worked goal, that. I mean, literally, they came from the attack from Coutinho hitting the post to just get the ball and get up the other end quickly. Absolutely amazing. But Lamela passes it out to Harry Kane. Harry Kane, ball right across the box, and Lamela there just taps it in. Goalkeeper, no chance. So as it stands now, Spurs will go through. Barcelona finish with top of the group with 14 points, and Spurs will be on 8 in second position. So Harry Kane doing a great job there down that left-hand side. Since they've got
now it's all about bloody Inter, isn't it? And Inter have got 10 minutes to go and get a goal. Liverpool are going through, Del, at the moment. Both English clubs are going through at the moment. Liverpool are through. Spurs will go through. Arsenal fans will be furious. This is why I find it hilarious if they go through. I'm sorry if you're an Arsenal fan, but when I think of Arsenal fans, I think of DT. That's all I think. So sorry. But Barca could score.
Well, they're not. Oh, that's a silly free kick to give away there from Lamela. He's literally, I think it was Coutinho who's conned the ref. No, it wasn't Coutinho. The guy has just literally fallen over fresh air to win the free kick. After it was. So
Fabinho's on for Liverpool to sort of shut the shop a bit.
Luca, he does, doesn't he? He always looks pissed off. He always looks angry, that guy.
Who?
Don't know why. Lamela. No matter what decision it is, he always got an angry face.
Callum Freezy, I know you're not all like DT. Look, there's some nice Arsenal fans out there. In fact, I did an Arsenal podcast last week and they were really nice. And, Kevin Campbell's a great guy. You can't, in all fairness, I just think Arsenal do have a stereotypical reputation because of certain Arsenal fans, which is why you get ribbed a lot.
Messi has just gone over the bar with a free kick.
Liverpool are through at the moment. A lot of people getting confused about this. Liverpool are through 1-0. And to be honest with you, that's all you need to know now, because let's be honest, if Napoli do score, it's a draw and they're out anyway. But we don't need to get into the connotations of if Napoli score. The reality is Liverpool are through if they win. If Napoli score, they're not. So, and Napoli haven't really done enough in this last 15 minutes. They had that great chance, but they haven't really. I think they've run out of legs, Napoli. I think Liverpool have played a very good game.
Spurs are going for the second here.
They've got to, haven't they?
Yeah, but they're not content. I mean, to just sit there with the 1-1. The change in formation has really helped them. Going 3 at the back has really helped them in the second half.
I remember in the World Cup, was it Japan? They were in a similar situation to this, and basically, obviously, if Inter score, they were out. But Japan played for the draw.
Danny Rose has just skied it. He got played through on the left-hand side into the penalty area, running onto it. Harry Kane with a fantastic pass, just laid it off for him on a plate, literally a couple of yards
outside how did he
the
miss?
6-yard box.
Oh my life. Salah cuts it back to Mane, 6 yards out, not under any pressure. You think he's going to hit the back of the net and he puts it wide. Daniel Rodas, why?
Oh, I've done it.
Yeah, why?
What do people get out of it? I don't get it.
No. And the thing is, with fake scores, is that no one believes it when it's isolated. You know, you can tell when it's a real score. What a miss by Mane. But I think Liverpool. Somebody just said, "What do you think about Liverpool about the United game?" To be honest with you, I think United should look at this game and should be getting at least a draw, because I think Liverpool have been very, very good, but I think if you set up in a similar way, you can stop them. I don't think we'll score against Liverpool. I think Liverpool defensively are a lot better, but I think United should be looking to get a draw out of that game, which it's not good enough in the context of the league. To be honest, we need a win.
Someone's saying 2-1 Inter, which is Callum, but it's not. Cheers, Jared. So we're well into extra time here. I've not seen the board to see how much time is going to be played.
Well, Inter Milan are into the 90th minute as well.
Yeah.
Live text there, yeah, into the 90th minute. And match stats, they haven't actually had a shot on goal.
Well, we've got 4 minutes added on here. And we've got 3 minutes left. Nail biting time. Jamie, yeah, I will be.
What are you doing?
He just asked. No, he just asked if I was watching the game Sunday with you.
Bloody idiots! Insigne, who I can never get his name right, drops to him on the edge of the box on the volley and over the bar. No technique at all. I think Liverpool deserved the win. Over the 90 minutes, Liverpool deserved the win. But Napoli, they could have got a goal. I tell you what, though. I mean, if you are an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan, there's some decent teams dropping down.
Yeah.
Inter Milan, Napoli.
Right, yeah.
Well, no, Inter Milan at the moment. We say Inter Milan at the moment. To be honest with you,
1-1.
If Spurs get through, I'm ecstatic. I really am happy if Spurs get through.
Right. Spurs, I think with the group they had and the start to their Champions League campaign, if they get through, it'd be a great achievement for them. I think to qualify with 8 points,
yeah,
would be something. It really would, considering they got Barcelona, Inter Milan, PSV. But Barcelona just keeping hold of the ball here at the minute. They seem quite content to take a draw. We got just under 2 minutes left. The Spurs going through, says Ali. Yes, they are at this minute. Yeah. Is it still 1-0 Liverpool, says Oliver?
Yeah. 4 minutes added on here, but I think Liverpool look fine. Klopp doesn't even look that concerned, to be honest.
Yeah, the Barcelona fans are accepting a draw. So we've got just under a minute to go. Yep, Spurs look like they've done it the hard way. I mean, although Barcelona have not been at full strength, I think great credit to Pochettino for the second half performance. I think Spurs have been really, really well. And Barcelona have hit the post a couple of times as well. They hit the post in the first half and in the second half. But, they didn't let...
Oh, no! What a save by Alisson! Bloody hell! Oh, I'll tell you what, Liverpool fans, they'll be thinking he's better than De Gea now. I'm not joking. That save was magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. It was magnificent as well.
You'll see the tweets tonight then.
Yeah. But it was. He's one-on-one. I mean, to be fair, it's a good save by Alisson, but it's straight at him. It's straight at it. I mean, he does well, but he's got to score. He's one-on-one.
So it's all over. Spurs have finished 1-1. Just waiting for confirmation. I think Pochettino's there waiting as well. Confirmation on, and the Spurs fans are celebrating. So it's all over there.
Is it over in Inter though? Well. That's the thing.
It is. It's over in Inter.
Well done. I'm really pleased for Spurs. Really, really pleased for Spurs. Still got about a minute or so to go here. That miss from Napoli. Bloody hell. Unbelievable.
Yep. So. Well, it should be over in Inter Milan. They had 4 minutes added on. They're up to the 5th minute now.
It's not, you know.
No, it's not. PSV are on the attack though, so that's good news for Spurs.
Well, this is going to be it. Mane's through one-on-one. And he's missed again! Bloody hell! Mane should have had a hat-trick. He should have had a hat-trick. He's one-on-one there as well. This game should have been finished by Liverpool, to be fair.
So this referee in the PSV Inter game was absolutely diabolical.
What's the love for Spurs? I think Spurs are an inoffensive team, and if you're an inoffensive English team, I'm English. I want you to do well. So Liverpool are obviously the United's biggest rival. I don't want them to do well. They don't want United to do well. Man City are obviously a big rival. I don't want them to do well. But to be honest with you, Spurs, Chelsea, I'm not massively bothered about them. Liverpool win 1-0 and they're through.
Yeah, and it's game over here now.
And the Spurs go through as well, which I'm really pleased Spurs are through. Really pleased that they're through. Mane's turned into Lukaku, says Sergio Hernandez. Well, he ain't that bad, but he certainly should have scored some goals tonight. But Napoli will look back on that chance at the end, and Alisson will be the hero, because realistically, if he doesn't save that, Liverpool are out. And that's the thin margin. That's the thin margins, isn't it? So Liverpool go through into the draw next Monday. But more importantly, I think, Marcus, Spurs go through.
Yes, definitely. I mean, considering they didn't invest in the summer as well, and you know the group that they had, the start to their campaign, the Champions League campaign they had, I think you've got to give them praise. I don't think anyone thought they'd have a hope in hell out of Barcelona, but they pulled it off. They got the result they needed. And yeah, I mean, people say Barcelona didn't play their full strength, but you know, Messi did come on. You know, and he did see a lot of the ball. He did look dangerous, but fair play to him. Pochettino's got him through, and a good captain's performance tonight, I think. Well, England captain performance by Harry Kane as well. Really, really good. Very workmanlike performance from the whole team. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'm really pleased they got through. Really pleased. Last year they were in a tough group. I think they were in Dortmund and Real Madrid's group, and they got through. This time they're in with Barcelona and Inter Milan and they get through. And I mean, Liverpool would have expected to get through that group. Napoli pushed them hard. PSG finished top. The draw is going to be very interesting on Monday because Liverpool, United and Spurs all finish second. So they're all going to get a tough tie unless they can pull out Porto. They're going to get tough games, whether it's Bayern Munich's, Real Madrid's, Barcelona's. They're all going to get tough ties unless they pull out FC Porto, who have topped their group as well, I believe. Yeah, so very, very, very interesting.
I mean, you know, they've got through. The English teams have got through. I mean, that's always a good sign. But all eyes turn now to United tomorrow. I think, with the youngsters out there, and hopefully Pereira gets some game time. Be interesting to see.
Yeah, well, Liverpool fans will start looking at the United game. For us, on the United stand tomorrow night, we've still got that Valencia game, like Marcus says, and then we're building towards the Liverpool game. I mean, speaking from a United point of view, I feel that Liverpool, if Mourinho sets them up in the way he can do, I think United could be looking at getting something in that game. I know it's a big ask, but you've got to go in there hoping. And I think if Napoli can go and do that, and they're not a Premier League club, then why can't we go and do that? Close the gaps, keep it steady, and try and hurt them on the break. Because Napoli had some big chances in that game. I mean, to be fair, Mane should have had a hat-trick. He should have done, but yeah.
Well, I mean, you're saying that. I mean, Tottenham fluffed a couple of chances. The big one for me, Ericsson missed a good opportunity. Danny Rose, especially down that left-hand side. Harry Kane laid it off him just to blast it in the bottom corner, and he skied it. So Spurs, they're deserving of the result, and they are, I think, overall deserving to go through. But yeah, I thought great performance by them tonight, and great management by Pochettino. Whatever he said at half time, the change to the three at the back really helped. It really did work.
Yeah, definitely. And thanks everyone for joining us. Really enjoyed it. I mean, I think the Liverpool game was closer than I thought. I thought Liverpool would win it by 3 or 4, but I did think Liverpool were going to go through, to be honest. Spurs, as I said before, I just had a feeling they were going to do it, and they did. So really, really pleased with that.
Yeah, fantastic. I think both games were quite exciting tonight. They weren't by any means easy. I don't think there are many easy games in the Champions League group stages now. So fair play to Spurs especially. Great performance, great achievement.
Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are doing United Valencia tomorrow night. That'll be on the United stand, but I really enjoyed it. We do look at football in a different way on That's Football. Everybody's welcome to get involved. We like a bit of banter, and it doesn't matter who you support. Just don't take it too seriously. Enemies, yes, but we don't have to. Well, rivals, yeah, we don't have to be enemies. And look, if you're an Arsenal fan, I understand why you're pissed off. I do. But look, at the end of the day, you've got a good chance of winning the Europa League if you take it seriously, to be honest. And next year you should be looking to get back in the Champions League. And as I said, that's what football's all about. It's a bit of banter, isn't it? I can say, haha, Arsenal fans deleting tweets, Spurs have got one up on you. We'll be in the Europa League next year. United are going to be in the Europa League next year, at best. So it's all a bit of good fun. But thanks everyone. FIFA on this channel as well. Bit of Football Manager coming up over Christmas, which I'm looking forward to. And we'll do watch-alongs for the bigger games as well. So keep getting involved. Thanks everyone for watching, and thanks for coming on, Marcus.
All right, mate. Pleasure as always. All right, but thanks a lot, everyone in the comments, and catch up with you lot tomorrow.
And if you didn't see the United stand earlier on, we did a Mourinho press conference reaction. So get over there. It's all about Mason Greenwood. Mourinho having a dig at Pogba again. That's on the United stand. You can go and give that a watch as well. Please do. Speak to you all soon.